Alright guys, since Disney is releasing almost every single popular Disney movie in live action, this month we're getting The Lion King 2019. So today I'm going to review the original Lion King, and I will also review The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, and The Lion King 1.5 as well. But today let's talk about the original Lion King from 1994. This one is one of the first movies I've ever watched. I think I was 2 or 3 years old. I was 1 year old whenever this came out, but I believe I was a couple years old whenever I watched the movie on VHS tape. And this one, along with Toy Story and Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, are like one of the first movies I remember ever seeing. And I love the fact that this movie, even as I get older, I can still appreciate it for. Even though it's one of those movies that is a Disney movie, Disney movies have those character tropes and kind of cliches. I think this still works very, very well. I think that this is a very well done Disney movie, and it's one of my favorites. It's hard to say like if it's my absolute favorite, but I do really love it. I think that this is a great, well done movie that borrows from Hamlet. Basically it's the same story as Hamlet. And I do like that. As a kid I didn't know that, and until I got older I didn't realize that it was the same story as Hamlet basically. But not as complicated. But I do like the fact that this movie still holds up even as an adult. People can argue that, but I still think it holds up. Now, rewatching this on Blu-ray, I gotta say, the animation in this is incredible and stellar, and it really, really does show Disney at the height of their animation, because this is incredibly beautiful. It works so well. The colors are very well done in this movie. The way that they use more of an orangish, reddish like color throughout a lot of the movie, I think actually gives this movie its own identity and how it looks to other Disney movies, and I think that makes it really work in that fact. So I really love that, and the opening solidifies how beautiful the movie is, and beautiful in the way of Hans Zimmer's score and the actual music sung. But Hans Zimmer's score, it's incredible. Like, it is a truly incredible score. It gives me chills still watching it to this day. I love Hans Zimmer's score. And these are Disney characters that are simple, and they're very simple characters, but they're very well done. I think that I do like how these characters have basic character traits, but I do enjoy them a lot. Mufasa is the stern father who can only be voiced by James Earl Jones, of course. That's really great that he is, of course, James Earl Jones voices Mufasa. That is great. He's got one of the best like voices in any movies, like in Field of Dreams or in Star Wars. Like, he is just one of those actors that you immediately know who it is. He's got that voice. That's truly an incredible voice. And I really like his character, and I love how he's the one who gets killed and his son has to take over. But I love how much of a cool character this guy is. But stern and intimidating. As well as Scar, who is intimidating until he like becomes king. But I do like Scar at the beginning, where he is intimidating, and Jeremy Irons makes this voice again like James Earl Jones. Jeremy Irons has a fantastic voice for this character, because he is very, very villainous the way he speaks, and I really do think that it works very well. And Simba, I think, is a great protagonist, because he had a misunderstanding where Scar killed Mufasa, and he runs away and never looks back until Nala comes back, and he lives with Timon and Pumbaa, and they all just be happy and have fun times. And he kind of avoids it, and avoids like his purpose and destiny until Nala comes back to push it into his head. So I really do like Simba as a character too, and I think that he goes through a lot in this movie, like his dad dying, as him trying to forget everything, as him taking over and having to become what he is destined to be. So I really like him as a character too on rewatch. I think that he works very well. And the musical score, like I said, is incredible. Like, Hans Zimmer's score is truly moving, truly incredible. It holds up so well. But I feel different about the songs because in the 90s I love most of these Disney songs, but honestly the songs in this one are not, I don't love as much as songs in the other Disney films like from this era. Like I love Hunchback of Notre Dame or Pocahontas like in terms of musical songs. In this one the songs are good, but they're just kind of like Hakuna Matata. They're just kind of like lighthearted, fun. Um, but they're good. They're good songs. And Scar's song "Be Prepared" is great. Um, and I just can't wait to be king is a good song. Like they're good, but they don't have like the emotional heft. But you know that's because they have Hans Zimmer's musical score to create the emotional heft that's not from the actual musical songs. So I like musical songs than other Disney movies in this era more, like Pocahontas or Hunchback, or Beauty and the Beast. But this one, the musical songs are good, but they're not. I love the score more, if that makes sense. But they're still good songs. They're still good songs. I still do like them. Um, they're just not top tier songs for me from this era. Um, and I love how this movie does give a good job of Simba having an emotional loss and needing to overcome it to fight his crazy uncle. I think that is a basic story, but I do like that. I do think that it pays off emotionally well because these characters are likable and charming, or evil and despicable, um, and I just love the fact that by the end of the movie, whenever Simba walks up that rock after he defeats Scar, it truly still gives me chills. And I know it's because I grew up with this movie, but man, that musical score is truly incredible. Where he walks up that Pride Rock and just realizes that that's what he's supposed to do. Like that is one of the best movie scenes ever. Like it blows me away with that scene where he's walking up Pride Rock, and just that musical score is jaw dropping. So I love that, and overall, this movie I do like it on rewatch, but I've realized that I don't like the songs as much as I thought since I was a kid. I still like them, but I don't like them as much as the other Disney movies in this era. Like I said, Beauty and the Beast, Pocahontas, Hunchback, or even Mulan. Like I like those way more musically than this, but Hans Zimmer's score makes up for it. These characters are good, they're fun. Um, Good character in Mufasa, good character in Simba, good villain in Scar. Timon and Pumbaa are fun, but they're just kind of the side characters that are there to be silly and wacky, but they're fun. Um, and like overall, this one I think still holds up. For the most part, I really do still love this movie. I think it is a great movie, and I think that it still holds up. But for me, it's just a little weaker this time around with the songs, but I still like the songs. I hate being negative about that. I hate being negative about anything with these type of things, but yeah, the songs I didn't like as much this time. I still like them, but not as much as the other Disney movies from this current era from the 90s. So, overall The Lion King has some incredibly high highs. Like it blows me away with how incredible the score it is, how great characters are. Um, how epic in scope it feels, and in animation wise it's beautiful and spectacular. So this one on rewatch is still a great movie, and I really did love it on rewatch. So that's my review on the original Lion King from 1994. Tell me down below what you think of this movie. I feel like most people are going to say they love it. And if you like this, check my links down below for Twitter, Patreon, Letterboxd, and my Facebook group, Horror Enthusiast 101, where we talk any type of movie, including horror. So thank you guys so much for watching.